However, I'm going to try my best not to be an advocate. It is not my purpose to tell you primarily convert to Islam today or convert to Christianity today. That will take some restraint on my part because I'm accustomed to doing that. But today the topic does not lend itself to advocacy. We are supposed to be able to compare the religions objectively. I have assumed a responsibility to be as fair as I can intellectually, rationally, and empirically to Christianity as I am and will be to Islam. That is the assignment that I have accepted. Obviously, I would have liked to have shared the platform with a qualified Christian so that I could represent just one, and that I would not be blamed for distorting or putting one over the other. And we in fact sent out invitations to qualified theologians, those who have studied comparative religion, so that they could represent Christianity. I felt it would be more intriguing and more interesting. And there is a gentleman who, from all appearances, is qualified. His name is Bishop Marshall, Bishop Michael Marshall. He has declared that he has as one of his purposes not only to explain Christianity, but to convert people to Christianity, and one of his primary targets were and is Muslims. So that would have been interesting. He could have started by addressing his remarks to me to try to convert me. That would have been marvelous. Intellectually, we would have been peaceful, we would have been respectful, but we would have gotten to the depths of the issues that relate to Christianity and Islam. And it is my hope that I will still have an occasion to return to England and have Bishop Michael Marshall on a platform, perhaps even in this same auditorium, perhaps discussing the very same topic. But for now, I must proceed, not because I'm trying to avoid a qualified representative of Christianity, but we were unable to locate one who was willing to come and discuss the issues. I am extremely happy to be able to address the topic because finally we are in a position to decide for ourselves what religion we want. For so many years, we did not have the option. We were told by a colonial system or a system of slavery, this is your religion, slave. Sometimes they call us names that didn't begin with S. Nigger, this is your religion. They didn't ask us, did we want a new religion? We weren't asked, were we unhappy with our religion? We weren't asked if our God ever failed us and caused us great disappointment and heartburn. What we were told, you are now a slave and you must adopt the slave master's religion or you will die. That is what happened. We know from the historical references that 80% of all the slaves that went to Brazil, 80%, 80, were Muslims. We know in the United States over 50% were Muslims. It has been estimated in Haiti, 80% were Muslims. You can go to Port-au-Prince today and go outside and you will still see buildings with the name written over 200 years, Abdallah, still on the building. Now from these people who were content with their religion in Africa, who knew their religion in Africa, who were accustomed to saying Assalamu alaikum every day in Africa. They were hurled into a new system. Over 100 million people from the continent of Africa were ripped and kidnapped from that land and brought to a place called the New World. And one of the first lessons that they learned in slavery: give up everything related to your religion and give it up now. We didn't have much of a choice. So I am so thrilled that this afternoon we can decide for ourselves, not your mother, not your father, not your uncle, and not the slave master. You can make an orderly decision based upon the facts between the two religions, Islam or Christianity. Which do you want to be your religion, to anchor your psychological security, to enable you to understand the world and to plot an orderly course of action for yourself? I'm going to break my remarks into two divisions. One will relate to you as an individual, and the other relates to the religion as an ongoing institution. There are some overlaps, but there are also differences. When we talk about you as an individual, we're talking about your ability to feel secure. The world is becoming more and more complex. There are more and more uncertainties. They range from educational uncertainties, social, economic, political, aesthetic, environmental. How can we predict the events that will encompass us in the world? Man is becoming a victim of neurosis. We are becoming excited and confused. We're not sure who to turn to. Many people are thinking about religion, but the question is, will the religion that you are thinking about, will it provide you with the security that you are looking for? Today we are examining Christianity and Islam, and the question is, will either or both provide us the security we will need to survive throughout our lifetime? That's our challenge. I'm suggesting to you that there are three different criteria that you, as a person endowed with free will, should employ before you make a conclusion that you have found the religion. Before you make up your mind, think about three things. Number one, whether the religion that you are contemplating is anchored in reason, not just emotional, not just idealistic. Is there a reasonable base to your religion, either Christianity or Islam? Not on the peripheral of every single item. You may never reach that. But for the basic things, are you confident that the religion is reasonable? The second thing you want to know is, are there internal contradictions in the religion? Why is that important? Because you want to feel comfortable. You are going to utilize and rely on the religion of your choice to guide you in order to maintain a